All right, so if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. Oh man, Grumpus, he said, "Am I actually first?" Yes, you were the first to comment, or at least the first comment I saw. What's up, Grumpus? KB, how you doing? Jimmy from Cuff and Stuff Barbecue, how you doing this evening? Can I give an early shout out to the rewatch gang? If you are rewatching this live stream, please, please, please leave a comment down below. I'd greatly appreciate it if you could. I'm just gonna say thank you in advance for rewatching and coming to hear the discussion that we are about to have about special requests or odd requests that you get from people when you want to do your catering. So, this topic was brought to us by Marcus. Marcus down at Crimson Creek Barbecue. He is down there in Dripping Springs, Texas. If you don't know who Marcus is or where he is, his trailer Crimson Creek Barbecue can be found at the tasting room at Deep Eddy in Dripping Springs, Texas. On the weekends, where like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think something along those lines. You'll have to look it up, find out his hours of operation, get yourself a steak, thank me later. Anyway, he hit me up the other day and he said, "Yo, how would I have a wedding to do?" And I can't remember if it was last week or if it's this coming week. But he said the person who placed the order for this wedding wants X number of, he says slabs, so I think he's doing St. Louis ribs. And they don't want them seasoned with anything but salt and pepper. Huh? I'm gonna let y'all stew in that, and then we'll talk about the conversation that Marcus and I had. All right, so let's see. Grumpus is here. Yes, indeed. Skeet, what up? What up? What up? How you doing, man? It's been a minute. We gotta get up, dude. Like, I need you to come down to the range. You know, come hang out. We could talk shop. Let you, well, I don't say let you shoot some of my pew pews, but I know you have. I know I have more mechanics than you at this point. But I know, you have some things that I might enjoy popping off too. So, you know, plan something to come down on a Sunday, or hit me up and maybe if I can work it out, we can go one evening. I know you don't work every damn day. Dave, what's going on? Dave from the Racing Channel says I'm a dry rub kind of guy when it comes to ribs. Susie, welcome back. We didn't scare Susie off last week or 2 weeks ago. Glad to see that Susie was, I won't say brave enough, but she's here in the comments because I was like, oh, Susie's new here. She's like, no, I watch all the time. Well, damn. No, this is just my first time commenting, but she asked some poignant questions. How did your cook go, Susie? Hopefully it went okay. Hopefully that cook was this past weekend maybe, and Susie was inquiring about how to reheat ribs. Reheat brisket. Sorry, I've been doing some of this fishing range time. Is coming soon. All right, well, shoot, bruh, I already know how that goes. My whole thing is, it's like family time, range time, then, you know, fishing time just hasn't been cut. Yeah. All right, so Marcus is here. I'm gonna say the man of the hour, but the person who this topic is about. So Marcus, if you wouldn't mind, please, give me the details of the request, the special or the odd request that you had. I told them a few moments ago that you got a request for all of the ribs that were being cooked at this particular event to only be seasoned with salt and pepper, maybe. I think that's what it was, or not to be seasoned at all. So there was something odd about the seasoning. I think it was just salt and pepper because that's what the bride wanted. And my immediate response was, why don't you just season the ribs for the bride that special non-seasoned flavor way, and you season everybody else's ribs the way you want to season those ribs? Why make everybody suffer? And I mean, Marcus and I were on the same page because his response was basically, yeah. So Skeet said, just salt and pepper on ribs isn't bad at all. I've done it for a few people and myself. Susie says, in the process now, have 4 smoked, 2 more to go. Thank you for remembering me. Yes, indeed. Winging it says blasphemy. Oh, it was 0 seasoning. See, I got it wrong. 0 seasoning. That's why I was like, wait a minute. That's why I'm gonna get Marcus to tell. Yeah, I thought it was just salt and pepper, but it wasn't salt and pepper. It was 0 seasoning. So Marcus said, had a lady come up to the trailer and asked if I could smoke ribs. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my tripod here. I'm trying to stabilize it. If I could smoke ribs with 0 seasoning. Victor, what's up, Victor? How you doing this evening? Wiggin, it says just salt and pepper on ribs isn't ribs, it's salted pork. Ah, there you go. Susie says, where's Eric? Oh boy, do not call upon the Erics. Susie, there was a point in time when there was no one but Erics that would join the live stream. If there were 20 people here, 19 of them would be named Eric. Okay. If there were, well, let's say it was in the good times when people would come and hang out and be on the live stream, and there would be 40, 50 people here, and probably 10 to 12 could be named Eric. There was a point when, I don't know how or why, but the Erics took over the live stream. We've had a few Daves as of late. So like right now there's Dave from the Racing Channel, and then there's Dave from Blind Man Cooking who frequents the live stream. So Skeet says some people ask for less seasoning due to health reasons. Now that I have had and can understand, but here's the problem. If I'm doing a brisket, let's say I'm doing a big old cut of brisket, and I'm doing a big old cut of, like some beef ribs, and they say, can you go light on the seasoning? Well, if I go light on the seasoning, that flavor is probably not going to carry through to the extent that you want it to, because that's a big old piece of meat, and you really need to season that meat, like those beef ribs or a brisket. You got to get in it and season it. Now, if it's a little piece of chicken, that can be under seasoned. If it's some ribs, those ribs might be able to be under seasoned. But I mean, a pork shoulder, you gonna ask me to put light seasoning on a pork shoulder? That might not work. Steven, he says, hey, yo, Dashing Peeps, good evening. Marcus says, I know they do that all over the rest of the world, but the Texas Confederate, what's up, man? It's been a minute. Hopefully all is well with you and yours. Hopefully you haven't melted in that heat you guys are having down there in Texas. Let's see. Grandma said I'd pass the job. Talked to her into just doing 4 out of the 26 without seasoning. There we go. Much better. Print King TV. All right. Hello. He said, what's up, Dash? How's it going? I'm good. Hopefully everything is well with you. Victor says, that's odd. Where have the Erics gone? It's like, where has all the rum gone? There we go. Back to that. Ski says, I tell them the risks and rewards with doing less seasoning, and it's on them. They're paying for it. I agree. But, it's like, I had one. So the first time someone asked me to pull up and season lightly, I said to them, I said, I use, like, I put a mix together, and I season with that mix. And I can take a little bit out of the mix, but I'm like, it's gonna throw off the balance of the mix. I've kind of worked on this mix for a while. It might in fact throw it off. It's crazy. So the red on my shirt right here keeps popping into frame, and I'm thinking it's like a notification popping up on my screen because it's right near where on my screen I can see the button for the chat. So I'm like, what the hell? But it's just my shirt. So yes, Skeet, I have done that as well. Let them know that, hey, you had it before. You had it the first time. If I change up the way that I'm seasoning it, it might not be the same the next time. And, they were okay with it. I've also, I won't say, when I cater for certain people, certain places, I try and be cognizant and try not to over season things. I have been different places and things have been over seasoned, and I mean I know that I try not to over season things because I mean I got big old hands. I can get heavy handed in a minute. Grumpy says, "Why risk your catering reputation with a whole wedding party of bad reviews?" So I agreed, Grumpus, and that was like I said, that was exactly more or less what I won't say I suggested, but exactly more or less what when I said why not just season a few or give her a few unseasoned versus making all of your guests suffer. So that's what Marcus said. Uh, that's what Marcus was saying that they convinced him to do just 4 racks and then the other racks they're going to do correctly. Susan said, "You just couldn't bring yourself to say Cowboys, Eric." Nah, I can say it. Hogs is doing crock pot but fajita seasoning. All right, nice. Victor says, "Hey, if his customer asks for no seasoning, no problem, but the need to buy the entire brisket." True. Quentin says, "For dietary purposes, some people need a light seasoning." Yes, but there's a light seasoning and then there's no seasoning. There's a difference. Winging It said, "You ever done plates for your house like a pre-order and pickup style? If so, could you speak on it? We got our LLC, thinking about starting from home and do online pre-orders with Facebook." So Winging It, I'm not sure how I want to say how often or how frequent you've been here on the live stream. So for the first hour of the live stream, I try to stay on topic, and then during the second hour is when I would answer, I won't say random questions, but I would answer a question like that. But for you, really quickly, first and foremost, I don't invite people to my house. I don't want people knowing where I live. Point blank, period. I do 95% pickups. Drop-offs. There are a few instances where I have and will do pickups from my house, but those are to well-established customers, and or it's one of those things where I might be double booked and I can't deliver at the same time that I can't deliver in 2 places at one time. So my hard and fast rule is you're not coming to my house. I just one of those things, man. Got to protect me and mine. So nope, not at all, not at all. Hog says change that shirt, bro. Nah. Texas Confederate says, "I'm building a roadside barbecue trailer here in my town. One of these next times you come to Texas, I would really love to see you and your family." Well, not a problem. I can't guarantee the family will come. Most likely, the next time I come to Texas, it's going to be a solo dolo mission. Usually, when I come to Texas, I try to come by myself, because I want to hang out with Marcus for the most part, or hang out with Alton, or hang out with some of the other folks, and eat and drink, and I don't want to be hindered. That's an easy way to put it. Hugs and people who have dietary needs don't need barbecue. Period. Sorry. Right, you should have put sorry, not sorry. Grandpa says just try visiting your favorite barbecue joint and ask them to adjust the food just for you. They're going to tell you to go somewhere else. Yes, indeed. Agreed. But see, the problem is this. It's a gift and a curse, right? Because the whole thing is they're like, I am requesting that you cook for me, and being that I'm requesting that you cook for me. Oh, thank you, Susie. I appreciate you. Oh man, what? Thank you so very much, Susie. You know what? Let me just thank Susie right now, because I appreciate you, Susie. She dropped a dollar or two to for the fun. For the clear fund, if you want to, drop a dollar or two for the clear fund, please feel free. Cause I didn't even get into it yet. But Susie, you know what, Susie, we're gonna take a little sip straight up. Thank you. See, it says corn on this one. Ooh. Thank you, Susie. Ooh. Appreciate you. Oh my gosh. That's hot. Oh, wow. Right, I'm going to take an indigestion pill right now. I'm going to pour the rest of this into my cup here. Into the cup. Actually, I'm going to save a little bit for later. Just a little bit. In case somebody else adds a donation. Woo! That was hot. I got to check that one. I was told it's about 100 proof. So it ain't a game. Never. Oh man. Woo woo. That'll get me right. Get me right quick. Alright. So let's see here. Let me try to catch up to the comments. Thank you, Susie, so very much again. Terry! If I didn't say Terry, I saw Terry and then I got distracted. What up, Terry? Hopefully everything is good. Hopefully you're feeling better. Steven says it's funny when they ask for less seasoning and they complain to their friends and family and say that the food tasted bland. Forgetting that they asked you for less seasoning. Go figure. You know what, Steven? I don't know, because the people who I've had ask for less seasoning, they've never complained to me, or like there have been times when, and I know I'm so guilty of over seasoning things sometimes, or having a heavy hand, but I can have a heavy hand when it comes to ribs. Ribs are the one thing that, for whatever reason, and I think it's one of those things where I want to make sure everything is covered. I want to make sure everything has flavor, and I'm seasoning, front and back, but it's a thinner cut of meat, and when I say ribs, I do primarily baby backs. So I've had people tell me, hey, they were a little over seasoned, or they were a little salty, and I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me dial it back, or let me keep that in my mind when I am seasoning ribs to pump my own brakes. Okay, so yeah. Mark R, what's up? He said, what up, everyone? Victor says pulled pork is unique in that you don't need seasoning before you can go into the smoker, because you can always season at the end when you're done pulling the meat. I agree to an extent. I am of the vein that I'm going to season it and allow that seasoning to to get cooked in, as well as season it afterwards. So I'm going to do both. Hey, listen, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it and appreciate you. It makes me feel better about doing these videos. It really does help my channel, and it doesn't cost you a damn thing. So please and thank you. Take a moment and hit that thumbs up for me before I forget. And if someone could remind me again in about 15-20 minutes to remind everybody else, thank you. Remember said, or the fire department. Wait, what did I miss from Grumpus? They tell you to go somewhere else. Grumpus says, and or the fire department. I guess, yeah. Terry says, I'm coming to your house. No, you're not. Texas road trips, he says. I mean, you are more than welcome, because, bro, you could share in the driving. Because if honestly, if I go to Texas, then I want to drive my electric car to Texas, because I can drive there for free. Ice M, always look forward to seeing Ice M. I didn't even get to read the full message, but Ice, I always look forward to your messages because they're so positive. He says, greetings from Dallas, Texas, big fella. May God continue to bless you and your wonderful family. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that, and right back at you and yours. Christopher Slaughter, he said, taps with you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Print King said that you should check out Les Barbecue Channel. He has a good content barbecue related. Okay. I'll have to look. I guess Le Barbecue. Don't be trying to gang up on me, y'all Dallas folks. Don't make me don't make me put don't. Hog, you know what it is. Quentin says, I don't think people go to a place that has pre-cooked meat and ask them to remove seasoning from it. It makes no sense. But if I hire you and ask you for light seasoning, what is the problem? I agree. I agree. I totally agree. But the problem is this, Quentin. You're hiring me to cook for you. You should probably trust how I'm going to cook for you. But I mean, that does not take away the ability or the it's not even the ability, but that person's right to ask you to I don't say dumb down, but to lighten up the seasoning. Victor says barbecue is not cooked to order type of food unless they are ordering in advance for a catering job. But at the trailer truck or a restaurant, this food was cooked before the customer woke up that morning. Pretty much. It cracks me up when people, when I'm doing events and I'm someplace, and people say, "Oh, well, how long did this take to cook?" And I'm like, "Well, I started my day at 1:30. 1:30? It's like 5 o'clock. Yeah, I know. I'm tired, so I'm getting ready to go home and take a nap. But like, how long did it take it to cook?" So here's the thing: I lose track of time. After being up that long a time, I just lose track of time. I do. I don't really be like, oh, it took me 13 hours and 59 seconds. No, I lose track of time. Am I the only one? Can you comment below if you lose track of time as well? I don't cook the time. I cook the temperature. That is one of those, I'm gonna say, pillars of things I preach. But cooking the time and not the temperature, yeah, that is one of those things. Grumpus says somewhere along the line your name was recommended for catering. She should expect the whole Dash experience. Yeah, all right. Quentin says you ain't turning down a big order because they said use half your normal rub. No, probably weren't. Probably won't. But I will strongly preface the order, or I will terms and conditions as per your request or something to let folks know, hey, those aren't seasoned normally like I would normally season it. The folks who place that order, I'm letting folks know that this is not the normal recommendation. This is not 100% representation of how things normally are. Marcus said, Victor, you are 100% correct. Yes. Barbecue is not cooked to order, he said. Hog Victor, correct. Seasoning don't mean nothing on the outside of the butt. Seasoning after pulling is better. The smoke is what you need from the pit. I still like to cook I still like to season mine ahead, before and after. Just makes me feel better. Grumpus, no. The fire department, I took their order down to the fire department. Nope, no. Ski said drive to Texas from Baltimore. No, sir. What? You crazy, dog? I'm looking forward to it. DeVille, what you say, man? Chachi! What's up, Chachi? How you doing this evening, dog? Salute. Steven said that's a Trinity thing. Hardest people to please. No, man. But you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I used to work with this Trinidadian woman. Woo, buddy. Definitely was not easy to please. Anyway, Victor said I make my own rub that I mostly use on my baby backs because of the blend I use. I don't need to use much rub. I do like to let the rub sit on the meat at least an hour before in the fridge. Nice. Skeet said I never pay attention to the time when cooking. Yeah, man, shoot, I lose track of time all the time. I mean, talk about procrastination. That's why I do barbecue so well. I was like, oh, you gonna sit around on your phone and do nothing? Yep. And then that little internal clock thing's like, oh man, it's been quite a while. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me add some smoke, just look up every now and again at the thermometer. Oh damn, look that temp's lower than it should be. Grandpa says she already doubts you can cook it right. Call someone else. I don't see it ending well. For sure, get all monies up front. Definitely. DeVille said, how I see it, you had to have sampled my product before enough to ask me to cater for you and yours. I understand if you ask for all kosher or a different sauce, i.e. vinegar based or mustard based. No, DeVille, so I tell you what, man, I have been getting a lot of people who have found me via Yelp and Google. So they have not had my food. But there are a lot of people who have had my food, and like, you know what's crazy is I did, and it was a graduation party last year. And this was, and I mean, some of you guys might remember this or not. It was a graduation party, and the house I went to was in the middle. It was like in the middle of the sticks, like, and it was an old like farmhouse type, but they like took the original farmhouse and then they like knocked it down and like made it huge and fantastic. Taste Tester number 3 went and helped me out, but the thing that the point is, I did like a little quick pan around like the people who were in the kitchen and the food that I had laid out in the kitchen and other things like that. But the guy who asked me to cater for him, he owns a tuning shop, a car tuning shop. And I think I have a video from when I did a dyno day for them like 7 years ago. Probably was in 2014, 2015. I did this event for them, this dyno day, where I cooked food, brought it up there, and sold food for them. And he called me back to, you know, not called me back, but he hit me up like, hey, is there any way where you can cater this event for me, yada yada. And I did it. And after all of that time, he said to me, this tastes exactly how I remember it. Fantastic. And that was like the biggest compliment that I could ever have, because the whole thing I've been wanting to do from jump has been be consistent. So like the things that I do are consistent. So I want them to taste the same every single time. So if you are asking me to alter how it is that I want to do, that I'm gonna say is necessarily a problem, but I'm not a fan of it, and I'll let you know. Just like someone said, hey, I think it was Quentin. He said, yeah, I'll do that for you, but just know that if you don't like it, it's not on me, it's on you, because you asked me to do it. Grumpus says ribs take about 6 beers, butts maybe 10. What, man, Grumpus, you need to get those numbers up. Let's see that show come out October. Such an information later. All right, Skate, be easy. Yo, my September is full. I think I have something to do every single Saturday in September. My October is getting full, but and I feel like, I mean, just shoot me the date. But I already know what date it's gonna be. I already know what date it's gonna be. It's gonna be the date that I'm like triple booked. Watch. Margaret said that's like someone asking you about the 3-2-1 method or how long you cook your fill in the blank. Yeah, but they do, man. They do every single time. Oh, you do barbecue? How long do you cook your, bruh? Victor said, God, I hate the limits of the letters here. Then you got to be more concise. Grumba says, we don't, Victor. Oh, man. Quentin says, Dino days were great back in the day. Mm-hmm. All right, so on a Friday in October. All right, well, being on a Friday might make it a little better. But, oh, man, there's a lot going on in October. That's all I got to say. I wish it was not the case, but you know what? It is what it is. Hold up. I don't even... That's all I got to say. I mean, turn on the live. I didn't even have the live on myself. I just had it here. Quentin said, Dino days were great back in the day. Man, shoot. Dino days. Fantastic. I'm a big car guy, so when folks were like, "Hey, can you come and cater this dyno, sell food during this dyno day?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." We're like get-togethers. There was a get-together I did, and I'll talk about this from time to time, but there was it was a get together I did, and all I did was cook hot dogs. Right, I was like, "What's the easiest thing for me to transport in my car for this get together that was like a benefit for someone who either passed away or like it was something. It was some sort of benefit." And the person organizing it, he was like, "Yo, I know you got some money to make. You know, you need to make some money." He's like, "I'm really not asking you to contribute towards towards the donations. I want the people who are coming to donate towards the donations." He's like, "But if you want to come and sell some food, come and sell some food," because he's like, "There's nothing there where we get together." And I was like, "All right, can I just bring some hot dogs? Like, you'd be cool with hot dogs?" He was like, "Yeah, that's cool, sure." And so I did a hot dog, a bag of chips, and a soda, or a hot dog, bag of chips, and some water, because I had an event and I had those things left over from an event like that. Let's say it was that Saturday, and this was like Tuesday night, right? And I took taste tester number 2 with me, and this little dude walked around the crowd and like was pushing people towards me, and he was like chomping at the bit to try to go and like basically yell at the top of his lungs, hot dogs, whatever. But I'm like, bro, we don't have to do that. Let me get the grill started. Let me get the hot dogs cooking, and the smell of the grill will bring people over. And sure enough, it did. It started getting those first couple of people to trickle in and trickle over. And then he went out and was walking around. And it was funny, like, he was, people like, "Oh, I don't have cash. I don't have this. I don't have that." And he's like, "No, my dad will take a card. My dad takes cards." So we're like, "What?" So he increased my sales probably like fourfold. Um, Jimmy says, wait. Okay, so hold on. Grumpa says, if we knew what's in your rub, we could adjust to our taste. Yeah. Victor says, consistency is why I developed my rib rub. I don't worry about the brand being discontinued. I make my own. Plus, it's cheaper in the long run. I make big batches. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's not very easy for me to dumb it down, if you will. Can't tell you how many times I've been asked how long you cook. My answer is till it's done. Yeah, exactly. That is always my answer as well. Till it was done. Until I finished. Until I fell asleep. I mean, until I couldn't keep my eyes open long and any longer. That's when I've gained somebody one time. Oh, what did you put in it? And I'd be like, my fingers. What did you season it with? My hands. Yeah. Quentin is water. Wouder. No 2 D's. What up, Russ? Captain Newbie says, hey, Dash and all. It's water. Lou Calamatis. Every single time he joins us, I have to say all of his name. Susie, you still here? You got kind of quiet. Lou, what up, Dash and the barbecue fam? Yeah, you better have given a little homie a cut from the sales that night. I did. My kids know, like, yo, you come, you help me out, they gonna get something. What's crazy is taste tester number 3 went and did a job with me, and I'm gonna say I lost money. Yeah, I did. Taste tester number 3 went and did a job with me, and because of what I charged them per hour, and we ended up like being a little longer or overdoing it or whatever. That was the event where the trailer rolled into the grill. I broke taste tester number 3 off like $25 for helping me out, and I'm gonna say it cut into my profit because I wasn't planning on having support staff there. Let's put it that way. Lou said, what's going on tonight? Lou, we've been talking about special requests. Those odd requests. So the topic came up because Marcus hit me up the other day and he says, you're not going to believe this. And he said that a wedding party asked that her catered event the ribs for her event not be seasoned. Not be seasoned. DeVille said, I think the ones who asked how long, I bet they watch a lot of Food Network or YouTube videos where they cooking 12-pound briskets for 24 hours. Nope, get somebody else to do it. I don't take 24 seasons. Yeah, buddy. So, DeVille, I tell people all the time, and I preach this all the time, and that's why I say you should smoke whatever you're going to smoke for X number of hours, be it 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. At the max, absolute max on the brisket. I'm gonna smoke a brisket, in the smoker for 6 hours naked before I wrap it up. And then when I wrap it up, I'm gonna bump up the temperature because I don't have time is money. And once that brisket has all of the smoke on it, or once that pork shoulder has all the smoke on it, once those ribs have all the smoke on them, wings, I leave the wings in the smoker. I just leave them in the smoker. I let them ride. But those big cuts of meat, no, I have been out at the cooker for 12 or 14 hours because I have not been able to wrap things up, or I've had the smoker that full where it is taking me 14 hours to cook something. I'm not trying to promote that. I'm trying to promote, be in and out, cook, and taking a nap in 8 hours or less on a 15 to 17 pound brisket. Bruh, 8 hours. And when I say 8 hours, that is like on the high end 8 hours. Cause nah, bruh, no way, dude. No. You know what time I gotta get up in the morning? If somebody says, so let's do some reverse math, right? If someone says, I need a brisket to be delivered at my house at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay? 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, all right, well, here's, let's just take this backwards. And, all right, that person lives 30 minutes away. I need to leave my house. Excuse me. I need to leave my house at 2:30. Right? Okay. Well, I usually try to, do whatever it is I need to do and have everything ready. And then I usually try to warm everything back up before I take it to be delivered. I try and warm things back up for an hour, which means that the brisket has to go into the oven at 1:30. Okay? All right. Now, I like to let my briskets rest for at least an hour, at most 2 hours, before I start slicing it up. All right, let's go back another 2 hours. Okay, 1:30, 12:30, 11:30. So the brisket needs to be done by, let's say, between 11 and 12 o'clock, right? In order for it to have that rest period that I like, okay? All right, well, the brisket needs to be done. Let's say the brisket needs to be done at 11 o'clock, right? 11 a.m. to make this 3 o'clock delivery. 11 a.m. Let's go back. Let's say I'm going to go back 12 hours, okay? Because you want to take 12 hours for your brisket to cook, right? 12 hours, let's do easy math. 11 is 11 p.m. So now I got to get the brisket on at 11 p.m. Not started, but on at 11 p.m. Which means that I'm going to have to start my fire probably about 10:15 at the latest, and season that brisket and trim that brisket while my fire is getting started, which means that, so let's say that means I got to start at 10 p.m. for a 3 p.m. delivery the next day. I won't say I don't like that math, but when it comes down to it and you start doing that backwards math, you realize real quick that the difference between starting your cook and having to cook for 12 hours versus starting your cook and having to cook for 8 hours is a big difference. Big difference. Especially when you might be a catering company of one. Alright? Just something to think about. Texas Confederate said, Mo Butter Baby. I don't have a Mo Butter Baby sticker on my cup. I have one on my big water container. Alright. Just listening and learning like always. Well, thank you, Susie. I was like, dang, Susie got quiet. Where'd she go? Special shout out to Susie. She contributed to the Clear Fund this evening. Thank you, Susie. I do appreciate you. Victor said, "What rub seasonings and what temperature and the amount cook trade? Cook our trade secrets exactly." Hey, let's remember that thumbs up. We're all doing good. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. DeVille says 7, maybe 8. That's the max when I start losing money and efficiency. There we go. DeVille, that's why you and I are friends. I like to cook briskets max 8 hours. Max 8 hours. More often than not, I want a brisket done in 6. 6 hours. I want that brisket done in 6 hours. 8 is the absolute max I will want a brisket to cook. And the only reason a brisket might cook for 8 hours, honestly, you know what I've been doing recently? I've been cooking some of the single or one-off briskets I have had orders for on the Traeger. And the Traeger, because of the fact that I have it at a lower temperature, and it's one of those things, right? I did not like to cook briskets on the Traeger in the beginning, okay? Because I was trying to cook the briskets on my Traeger like I would cook a brisket on the steel drum, or like I would cook a brisket on Bessie or on Vicky. But I realized that when I turn the heat down, because of the convection, it doesn't dry the brisket out as much, nearly as much. One of the other things too, when I cook on the Traeger, I spray down that brisket way more than I would in any other cooker, because I don't want it to dry out. All that convection, all that air moving around in that Traeger is just not conducive to how I like my briskets. I like a moister brisket. I've told you guys before, I like my briskets like a soft baked cookie. I don't want to break my teeth biting into the bark on a brisket. Just not my thing. I love me some soft baked cookies. I love a soft bark on my brisket. I said what I said. Grumpus says play it safe and start at 10 p.m. the night before. Nah, man, start the fire at 9. No, man, shoot. I'm getting up at 1:30 in the morning. Maybe 2:30, depending on how big the brisket is. How dare you cook on the Traeger, Chachi? You obviously don't know. You might not have one. Or, Chachi, here's another thing. You might not have small enough orders. Because I tell you what, a bag of pellets cost me $15. 40-pound bag of pellets cost me $14. All right, $15. That brisket. I mean, I'm charging $200 for a brisket right now. Whole brisket. Usually, I'm starting with a 15-pound plus brisket, no more than 16 pounds. Because when it's all said and done, they're getting 8 pounds of brisket. More or less. Right. So you do the math, figure it out. $200 for about 8 pounds of brisket, all told. Whole brisket. I try to spend no more than $55, $60 on a brisket. Now, when brisket was dumb expensive, I had no choice. But right now, I'm trying to bump up my profits, okay? And brisket right now is brisket used to be a loss leader, but now it is, because of the fact that beef prices went up, and of course, the prices go up faster than they come down. I'm still able to recoup some of those, I'll say losses, but so, yeah, I'm gonna say set it and forget it, but bruh, cooking on a Traeger, I half sleep. DeVille says soft baked cookies, dude. There's no better explanation. Like, everyone understands the difference between a hard baked cookie and a soft baked cookie. My analogies are on point. You cannot fault me for my analogies. My analogies are spot on, and everyone can relate to a hard baked cookie and a soft baked cookie. I like soft baked cookies. Like I said, I don't want to break my teeth on the bark of a brisket, nor do I want to have to, like feel like I'm biting into a Tootsie Roll pop eating a cookie. That's just not what I do. Chachi says 100% stick burner. I would never. Yeah. Listen, Chachi. To each his own. That's all I got to say. Grumpus is $25 a pound is cheap. Agreed, Grumpus. Agreed. But Texas Confederate says the brisket is the most toughest piece of meat on the steer. I smoked the meat for 5 hours and transferred it to the oven for about 18 hours at 225, low and slow. Texas Confederate, man, I think that's overkill. I really do. Even smoking at 225, only at 225. So let's say you put it in your smoker for 5 hours, and I'm right about that 5 hours. It kind of just depends on how I feel and if I'm running back and forth between the house and the garage, or if I'm just on the side of the house. Or it really depends on what cooker I'm using and how high the temperature is. People are like, oh, you're gonna pull your brisket at 165 degrees. Man, nah. I'll pull my brisket between 4 and 6 hours, depending on how I feel. It really is a feeling on that particular day. Some days I'm like, all right, 4 hours is enough. Some days 6 hours because I may have fallen asleep. Okay. But I don't be like, oh, I'm going to cook it for, so let's say average 5 hours. I smoke it, okay, and then I wrap it up. I'm going to bump the heat up on that brisket. In my opinion, and this might be one of those things where you might want to try it yourself. I can bump the heat up on that brisket after 5 hours of cooking and put it in the oven at 300 degrees. And it will be done in an hour and a half to 2 hours max, after it being on the cooker for 5 hours. An hour and a half to 2 hours max. So we are at 7 hours all told, which is half the time that you have spent cooking your brisket. Now, I also am cooking brisket for hire. I don't know if you're cooking them, for folks, or if you're cooking them for yourself or what, but to me, time is money, and having them cook on the or in the oven for extra time, that's just wasted fuel, wasted gas. Laura is here. She says, "Hey, Dash and all, might not be on long, just off work and having supper." I swear, Laura makes me. It's a 40 in, effect. Laura makes me yawn. She does. Hojo said, "Evening, Dash. What's cooking?" Yes, Laura, that was a yawn. I swear Laura makes me yawn. She does. Chachi says, "I can't fit 16 racks of ribs on the Traeger." Again, Chachi, that's when I'm cooking one brisket, 2 racks of ribs, and order a pork shoulder. That's the only time I'm cooking on the Traeger for a customer cook. Like this past weekend, I had an order for a brisket. I was like, I'm not going to cook that brisket all the way down in the garage. I can cook it. I was like, oh, maybe I'll cook it on a drum. I haven't cooked on a drum in a while, and I was like, you know what? Nope. Nope. I'm going to cook this on the Traeger, so I can actually get some rest and not have to worry about it. It was just me being lazy, and it turned out fantastic. Oh man, Grubba says, "You cook till it's done. Every brisket is different." Yep. Stop saying the Y word, Lord. Like, oh my goodness. Every time. Victor, agree with Dash. Okay, smoke about 5 or 6 hours, but let it finish. Foil wrap in the cooler, finish it for another 6 hours. Not more. So, the beautiful thing about getting from point A to point B is you can get there any way you like. And I'm not judging or coming down on Texas Confederate because he said he lets his brisket sit in the oven at 225 for another 18 hours. And I definitely don't. I won't say I'm not judging. I don't agree with. Okay, Texas Confederate doing that. And I definitely don't agree with Victor's method of letting the brisket smoke for however long, wrapping in foil, and then put it in a cooler for X number of hours. And the reason I don't agree with that is because food safety reasons. Yes, Laura, you are definitely bored. Oh my goodness. Yep, Laura, you're. Oh man, Laura, so boring, so boring. No, listen. My day started this morning. It was 3:30. I woke up this morning, and I was like, bing. And I said, all right, nope, I don't have to be up for another 2 hours. Like, what the hell? So, I I I, I rolled over, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to sleep. I laid there for a second, and then I looked at my phone again, and it was 3:35. I'm like, God damn it! Like, come on, I need to go back to sleep. Yeah, sorry. You know what? I'm gonna put on. I turned on my phone and put on YouTube and was watching something like that I didn't have to pay attention to. I went right back to sleep. Then I woke up again. It was 4:40. I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, yes. I fell asleep, and it was. Oh damn it. I'm like, it's only been an hour. I got a whole another hour I could sleep. So I closed my eyes again, and was like, all right, let me try this again. I put on something else on YouTube. Oh my God. Excuse me. Laura's commenting down there, and I fell back to sleep. My alarm woke me up at 5:50 and 5:30, and I was like, oh man, damn it! And I had to get up, start my day. Blind man cooking. What up, Dave? How you doing this evening? He says, hey, yo, what's up, everyone? Hojo Sadash, does your drum have a deflector, or do you smoke directly over the heat? No, I have a water pan down in the bottom of my of my drum. So I have a charcoal basket, a charcoal grate, my water pan. The water pan holds about a gallon of water, and if the drum is this big, the water pan is about this big. My goodness. This is the most I've yawned in a very long time, and I'm not going to be blaming anyone whose name starts with an L, but or which way? So which way is? Yeah, this is the right way. I guess. Nope, this is the right way because it's backwards. Oh man. Chachi says, "Let me find out. Quentin cooks on the trigger. He cooks on a big green egg. So what if your catering prospects ask for 8-hour ribs? You want to take the job? I'm just gonna tell them. Yep, it's it. Yeah, that's exactly it." Victor said, I have a temperature probe that monitors by the minute the temperature of my food. Never appreciates the danger zone. Oh. Excuse me. Never approaches the danger zone. Well, that is good to, say, hear or know, Victor. Somebody missing a rock star. Yo, I had, look, I still have half of it. So, one of the things that's crazy, I drank one of these earlier today. When I say earlier, it was like 2 o'clock. It was about 2 o'clock. I drank it. And I bought 2, because usually what I do is I drink one about an hour or so before the live stream starts, and I drink one during the live stream. That's, how I found it works best for me, most effective. But since I drank the one earlier, I was like, I'm not going to drink another one. Like, I need to drink the other one with the clear while I'm on the live stream. Yeah, that didn't work out. It did not work out. Alright. Laura's getting her coffee. She always has to do a coffee run during the live stream. Russ, yo. I mean, yeah. Texas Confederate says Franklin in Austin is cooking brisket for 24 hours also. Low and slow. Just because he is doesn't mean that is better. I mean, there are people who drive at 55 miles an hour on the highway, and they're going to take extra time to get to their destination. Me, I'd be cruising at like 85, 90. Cruising at 85, 90. Bruh, if I have a case in point, a few weeks ago, I drove down to Florida. I won't say we always drive to Florida, but we drive to Florida pretty regularly. My mother-in-law lives in Florida, and my wife and I and my children, we have been tasked with making sure my mother-in-law is okay. Meaning, I get to drive to Florida like once a quarter. And by no means am I complaining. I actually like driving long distances, so that's not a complaint. But when it's myself, my wife, and taste tester number 3, we're going to take the EV. We're going to take the EV because it's just the 3 of us. And as I've said before, I drive my EV for free. I charge my EV for free. I charge my Volkswagen ID4 for free. I'd be a fool not to take, not advantage, but to not take Volkswagen up on that offer between Volkswagen and Electrify America. That being said, when I drive and charge and drive to Florida, it adds 5, sometimes 6 hours to my trip. Why would I drive at like 55 miles an hour, the 850 or 900 miles, and then still have to charge for that additional time when I can rip to each charging station, charge for 30 minutes to 45 minutes depending on how long I need to, and keep it moving. Victor says Franklin does not smoke for 24 hours. Their brisket start the night before, is finished very early in the morning, and stays warm in the smoker until it's time to serve. And Victor got cut off, so we'll see the rest of what he's got to say. Russ says, so check this out. I replaced my cast iron lead seam pipe, saved the lead, and made $880. Sorry. He made 880 40 cal leads. Alright. Not too shabby. Oh, Victor says, nope, I'm good. Blind Man Cookie says, you should have got a 3. You should have got a 3. This guy, not purchasing Tesla anything. Nope. Just like I loathe Apple, not a fan of Tesla. I'm just that, counter, I don't even know what to say. I'm not counter culture type person, but that's just not me. Like, I don't go with the flow like that. You will not, to me, Teslas are hipster vehicles. Like, I know people probably looking at me like, what, you drive an electric car? How hipster is that? But I drive an electric Volkswagen because it's a Volkswagen and it's a brand new car. It just so happens to be electric. I am a big fan of alternative, if you will, fuels. I've been driving a diesel car for a long time, and this electric was an opportunity to again, try something different, because I don't want a gasoline vehicle. I have not, I won't say purchased, I have not owned a gasoline vehicle in 12 years as my primary, yeah. Yep. So, this is why Grumpus and I get along. He said, I avoid anything starting with I. Listen, Grumpus, have you heard I won't say my joke, I loathe Apple, okay? I loathe Apple. I loathe Apple. I do not. Nope. You will. When I say it pained me when my company was like, "Hey, we're getting rid of Blackberries. You have to get an iPhone." What? I don't want no damn iPhone. Well, that is the only corporate option if you want to continue to have your mobile phone through work or with work, you have to get an iPhone. I'm like, yo, y'all kidding? Like, y'all tripping. I loathe Apple. Like, I do not want this. And I had to carry that phone for 3, maybe 4 years. And recently, when I say recently, within the last year, they were like, oh, hey, your phone is, every 2 years you have to get a new one or so. Hey, your phone is up for renewal replacement. Actually, it's up for replacement. Do you want to get another iPhone, or you can get a Samsung? And at the time, I got the existing or the exact same phone that I had for my personal. Grumpa says, never will I drink the apple Kool-Aid. Yo, that's it. Grumpus, again, Grumpus, this is why you and I are friends. I agree. But, so to that same extent, I don't drink the apple Kool-Aid, I don't drink the Tesla Kool-Aid, and I definitely don't drink the Glock Kool-Aid, okay? Those are the few things, not few. There are plenty of things that I'm like, not me. Russ said, remember the side wheel. Yeah. Victor says Android, Samsung. Yes, indeed. Yo, yes, I do, Russ. No, but my BlackBerry didn't have a side wheel. I had the little the like trackpad ball in the middle of the keyboard. Douglas Confederate says, I only have one question to ask you. Do you own a barbecue restaurant? Texas Confederate says, I do. Jeremy says, just think of what the Apple logo is. Yeah, it is an apple with a bite out of it. I won't say representing, but reminiscent of the apple in Eden. I know there's some conspiracy theories about the Apple logo. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist. Russ said the center ball blue had him enough, and then had the pad. Jake Bob says, off topic, but what's the most challenging part about starting off your barbecue business? Getting customers. Period. Actually, Jake, this is not really off topic because I was telling. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think back who it was, but they asked a question and I kind of said, hey, I really don't answer those type of questions until the second hour. We are in the second hour, so this is the Ask Me Anything type of portion, or Ask Me Anything portion of the live stream. But, so Jake, off topic, yes, but relevant, yes, okay? And funny, because Marcus hit me up earlier and he's like, yo, I got a good night's rest. And Marcus, are you asleep? Because he said, I did a whole bunch of running around today, which meant he didn't have to cook, all right? Which meant he wasn't very tired. That's what he said. And he said that he was going to be up for the live stream. But he hasn't commented very, very much, which means, drum roll, he's probably asleep right now. With that being said, he asked me what the topic was tonight, and I'm like, I don't have a topic for tonight. He said, let's talk about expansion. How do you expand your barbecue business? And I was like, all right, that's a good one. And then he said, wait, you know what? Let's talk about special requests. Because since that lady came, had that special request, that might be good. So I said, cool. Hold on 1 second. Hey, pretty lady.
I didn't do anything.
You didn't? You just walking past. That's why I said, hey, pretty lady. What you doing? Oh, you got some watermelon?
I'm hungry.
Huh? Get some watermelon and go to sleep. That represents once you take a bite, you're never finished. Oh, yeah. Victor says Texas Confederate. Let's just say it's a little pirate. Still working on full legal planning and get my trailer next year. Oh, Marcus is still here. Trying to finish this bottle. What? Holy cow. Oh. Laura's back. She says she has her coffee. Laura says, "Hey Marcus." Susan said, "Did you come up with any more ideas for the Vanna fundraiser?" No. That's my wife, actually. Not Taste Tester number 3. If it were Taste Tester number 3, she would have been, I won't say clamoring to come and say hi to you guys. But my wife is a little more bashful and, more shy. So she just walked past. So Susie, I'm gonna say I have not come up with any other ideas, but I have been thinking about it. I wish that I could figure out a way to get Vanna fixed. It's just I want to provide value when doing it. So to you guys. So if you want to, I'm gonna say, if you want to donate, or if you want to do a raffle, or if you just something, the part that I would be not beholden, the portion that I would give back is what I am stuck on, if you will. But I have thought about going and talking to, like getting more shirts printed or something along those lines. Laura is asking how Jamie's doing, Marcus. I do think expansion would be a great topic next week. We shall see if I remember that next week. Marcus says she's good. Is she watching, or is she out at the bar with what was her friend's name last week? What was her friend's name? I'm making a horn day single stage for Xmas. What? Oh, horn day single stage. Oh, for your reloading. Nice, Russ. Nice. You check on schools or lessons in cooking? Did you check on schools or lessons in cooking? No, I have not yet. Yo, this past week, it's been one of those. I just got back from vacation, and I'm still in vacation mode. I'm still in vacation mode. I feel like I have not wanted to do very much. You taking no? Give me these. Give me those.
But I like them.
Give me those. Nope, you don't need those. I had to confiscate these from my wife. No. I will allow the watermelon, but not the candy. You're gonna be sick.
They're raisins.
They're chocolate covered raisins. Y'all hear this? This sounds like some stuff I would be saying as the diabetic. Like, but they're raisins. They're good for me. Funny thing about them tables.
They are raisins.
They
They're more raisins than chocolate.
Are they more raisins than chocolate?
They are more raisins than chocolate.
No, they are not. You know why they are not?
It's only a little coating
Excuse
of
me.
chocolate.
What's the first ingredient?
I can't see. I don't have my glasses.
Bullshit. Milk chocolate.
It's still more raisins
Then
than
raisins.
chocolate.
Milk chocolate first.
That's because
No.
they didn't know how to write the ingredients correctly.
They have mandated that they put the ingredients on these labels in order of
Well, we
quantity.
should write them and let them know they got it wrong.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? They got it wrong.
We should let them know. Maybe they're not sure about that mandate.
No, Ferrero. I'm sure they got it right.
Mm-hmm.
Now these Raisinets are right in front of my face.
Don't eat our raisins.
I won't eat them all. Victor says the difficulty you're having with Vanna is why I'm happy you didn't get that food truck a few years back. Marcus says, oh, she's been sleeping since 7. Laura says, hi, Mrs. Dash. She yelled hi. Schools or lessons? What are you talking about? So we talked about taking Vanna to a school and trying to see about having Vanna fixed at a school. Russ, she is gone up the stairs. She promises she won't enjoy the chocolate part. Yeah, there you go, Gruffus. I'll have to tell her that in the morning. Suck the chocolate off them and then eat the raisin. Yeah. Yeah. So Victor, we were talking about trying to talk to a school. I'm gonna write this down again. I want to say it again. I'm gonna write this down. Trade school. To fix mana on the low. Definitely. Yep, trade or vocational schools. Victor said, "Oh, not a bad idea. Oh, not a bad idea." He said it. It was such a not a bad idea. He said it twice. All right, I'm dipping into the next. I'll say the next, but into the last bit. It makes me feel like I have more. Cause if like I really have to limit myself on how much I pour into my cup when I'm on these live streams, because I will straight fall asleep on the live stream and then never hear the end of it. Victor, Chachi, Quentin. You know who hasn't given me grief for falling asleep on the live stream? Bumpy. He hasn't. He hasn't given me grief, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate you, Bumpy, because Bumpy is the president of the rewatch gang. And if you are rewatching, I want to say thank you to you too. So if you are rewatching right now, please comment. You are welcome for the rewatch. Bam. And if you haven't already hit that thumbs up button, please do me a solid and hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Cooking lessons go far for $99 for an hour, depending on what you teach. Yeah. I sent once, it printed twice. We all seen you sleeping. Oh, man, y'all funny. Y'all funny. Thanks. Oh, taste lesson number 1. Oh, that's taste lesson number 2. Right now, mommy asked you to do one thing. She said, get all of the trash, especially from up on the floor. So please, go upstairs and get the trash that's on the floor. Not only in the bathroom, in and or around your sister's trash can that's in the hallway. Alright? Take care of that and put it into a bigger trash can. And not even tell you to take it outside. Hey, come here. You're not done. You're not getting away either. He got on a Freddy Krueger shirt. It looks like Freddy Krueger.
I said the same thing as orange, not red.
I know, but it's still. Hold on, come
I
on.
understand what you mean.
Hold on, look. Hold on, come on, flip. He looks like Freddy Krueger.
Yo, can y'all see Waldo?
No.
Find him. I feel like it's a stripe. Wait, can you
Funny
show
joke
them,
denied.
Can you show them mine?
Kitty litter. Right now.
Can you show them mine?
Yep, they're looking at it.
No, they're not. You didn't flip it.
All right. You want to do something special? Do something funny?
I keep it right there.
All right, hold on. I'm flipping it back.
Oh.
No, because you're not.
Okay,
No.
Can I actually get a little bit of screen time?
Can you get a. Why?
I just wanted to show them my hoodie.
Why? It's not a hoodie.
I'm at my sweater.
That's not a sweater. That's a fleece.
My fleece, because I thrifted it.
Anyway.
Can you show them?
No!
Please, it's 2 seconds. 2 seconds. It's flipped.
2 seconds.
Flipped.
Yes, I did. Flip it for 2 seconds. Who needs to tell you anything? I'm trying to read these comments. Hold on. Somebody should buy a catering truck and hold classes on smoking. Can you see him sitting in the corner doing the written part? Yeah. 1 or 2. Ooh, can you check and see if she has food and water, please? Marlin. Excuse me. Marlon, I got the information. I saw the message on Instagram as well as the email. No, did you see if she has food and water?
Yeah.
Does she have food and water? She sleep probably.
She gonna get up.
All right. Russ, this nice shirt. Thanks.
To me?
Oh, no.
Thank you.
He's talking about my shirt. Victor says definitely where's Waldo.
Exactly.
He looks like Freddy Krueger. Okay. Waldo was red and white.
Freddy Krueger's orange.
And green. That was no. Freddy was red and green. His was orange and green. It looked way closer to Freddy Krueger than it did.
Red and green?
Yes, it was red and green. Maybe it was red and black. Anyway, close enough. Marlin. I feel like you have to do it justice with the Eartha Kitt and oh god, what movie was that? But it was Eartha Kitt. Every time Marlin. That's all right. He says some versions are red and black, some versions are red and green. He needs the Freddy glove. Yeah, he did. And the mask. I know Freddy was burnt in the face. He didn't have a mask. Jason had the mask. Boomerang. Thank you. What up, Mr. Morgan? I was like, Morgan. I started reading Morgan's. I'm like, Mr. Morgan, what's going on? The dash has been a while. Yeah, man. You hold on. Yo, y'all folks that come in here that haven't been here in a while, y'all owe me something. Yeah, y'all owe me something. Is that why you've been ducking me? You've been ducking us. You've been ducking us. Why haven't you been on the live stream? Why haven't you been coming to hang out? And all right. So it goes without saying that you need to hit that thumbs up button for all of them times that you missed being here on the live stream. So if you have not hit that thumbs up button for me, please and thank you in advance. Hit that thumbs up for me for real. He said he's been working. Hard work. Man, I know all about that. All about it. Definitely understand. It is your season, right? It is definitely affordable lawn and maintenance season. Shoot. Hard work means hard sleep. Shoot, I like to work hard and play hard, though. That is exactly why I try to make sure that I hit up my guy, and I have a jar for the live stream. Victor says maybe they weren't here so they could watch other folks falling asleep. Oh, Victor! Oh man, that was two, Victor. Two. Oh boy, we could have had all four of them. Mrs. Dash came through. Taste test number 1. Taste test number 2. Hold on here. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Oh, she hid. She's hiding.
My hair is not done.
My hair is not done. All right, you're off the screen. Chris. Holy cow, Chris, what's going on? Good morning there. Chris is on the other side of the world. Thank you very much. And Chris, please don't beat me up. I can't remember if he's in Auckland, New Zealand. Is it Auckland or New Zealand? But I appreciate you being here, Chris. Definitely appreciate you being here. I'll say top of the morning to you, but good morning, Australia. See, even worse. There's like 3 countries right there, and I didn't even pick the right one. Get out of the freezer. Get out of the freezer. Why are you... Excuse me. Trying to read my comments here. Chris is in Australia. He said he's in Australia, mate. Well, I won't say good day, but good day. He said it's all good. See, Chris, if you were here more regularly, then I will remember exactly where you were in the world. I just feel like Carmen Sandiego. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Chris, how's your spring? Exactly. Just started watching Long Balls. No!
Yes, you
I'm over you! The camera's not on you! It's on me! Come and look.
It is placed on me.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Yo. I know. Shh. She's waiting. It flipped. It's back to not being on her. You can go now. It's back on me. Look, the little girl is too smart for her own daggone good.
I see you changing it.
What do you mean you see me changing it?
On the left.
It's on me.
No, it isn't.
It is on me.
No,
It is on me. Look, you're holding your phone out, and I flipped it back on me. It's on me.
Move your hand.
Move my hand. I'm moving my hand.
Both hands.
Both
At the
hands.
same time.
I'm moving my hands.
Stop adjusting the camera.
I'm not adjusting the camera.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not touching it. I moved my hands. I did what?
You just changed it.
No, I didn't.
Change it back.
Change what back?
Stop.
Stop what?
Stop doing that face.
Stop doing what face?
That face. That face.
Yo, it's so funny. She is too smart for her own good. She has the live stream up on her phone and is watching the live stream on her phone. Oh, this is hilarious. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Oh man.
You know what? I'm just camping in here today.
You're camping in there. Alright, fine. Make sure the cat has plenty of food and water. Eat your popsicle. Your popsicle's gonna melt because it's too hot in there because of the freezer. Oh man, Chris is cooking up any storms lately. No, I've been, I'm gonna say, kind of chilling. I have not cooked up a bunch lately. Look, Marlon said while he put it on himself, run!
I know, that's what I'm trying to do, but it's delayed.
But it's delayed. You better go ahead and just be out, be ghost, be outing 5,000. But make sure you close those doors.
I see your hand.
You see my hand? I'm looking at the comments. This is how I read the comments.
Okay, everyone stop commenting.
Everyone stop commenting. Yes, stop commenting. Uh-huh. Oh, you're eating the popsicle now.
Yes. Yes, fine.
Get out and go back upstairs so Mommy can finish her hair.
She's done for the night.
She's done for the night. Well, you need to be done for the night too. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door.
You have to know me now.
Close the door. It's not on you.
Yes, it is. I see it.
No, it's not. Close the door. Not on you. Close the door, then go to bed. I got another half an hour. I can wait.
Me too.
Yo, close the door so the cat doesn't get out. Seriously. Close the door, please.
Raise your hand first. Other one. Both at the same time. Keep him there. Nope.
It's she doesn't have a popsicle in her hand. Close the door, please. I think it's like some sort of tropical flavor.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Close the door. It's still not closed.
Oh my gosh, it's possessed.
Close the door.
Hey!
Put your phone down and close the door. Here, hand me your popsicle. Close the door.
No, because you're gonna eat it.
No, I won't eat it. I will. I promise you I won't.
Banana,
It's banana. Okay. What the hell are they doing up there?
I don't know. They're probably watching on the island.
Marla should drop a roll. Russ said thank you. That was a great laugh. I needed that. So she can't see the comments, Laura. Oh. So Laura says she looks great. He got you, number 3. Chris is your ex-president. It's big news in Australia. The Aussies are sitting back with popcorn, watching it unveil. Shoot, everyone's. Yo, come and close this door. She's putting a bag over her head. I hear the bag. I hear the bag.
I'm a ghost.
Oh.
You can't see me, but I can see you.
Uh-huh. Just, you know.
I'm so smart.
Look, Russ is so smart. I'm not giving her credit for that. Not at all.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Nope. But that was very smart. That was definitely very smart. It only took her. How long did that whole interaction take? Hog said, that was a red ghost from Pac-Man. Pretty much. Oh my god, freaking moth. You see that thing? Moth, what the hell? Oh, missed one. Grubba says the unknown comic. Yo, she's definitely a character. Laura finds it funny. I'm glad you find it funny, Laura. Where the hell did that moth go? Oh, I see it all the way up at the top of the lines there. Hog said moths are not legal. Chill. So here's the thing. 1, I'm inebriated, and 2, I didn't know what the hell was on my arm. So I was like, whoa, what the hell is that? But after I saw that it was a moth, do you have the cure for flying insects? I have some spray I'm sure I could find. Susie, isn't this what you signed up for? To watch me, I'm gonna say bicker, but to watch me with my children on the live stream? Victor says, alright, I need to go to bed. Yepers, let's talk about equipment expansion. I wasn't even talking about equipment expansion, but this is an expansion of your business, period. I'm trying to stay ahead of capacity problem. So Jimmy, my tennis racket, it you know, I guess it sat on the charger too long. It doesn't quite racket the way that tennis you know. Grumpus is one of those Baltimore killer moths. You know, Baltimore has a high number of those M words per capita. So it probably is a killer moth. What the hell is in my Swedish fish or something? Nom 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 nom. Yeah, Jimmy, my tennis racket isn't working like it used to. So I leave it where I left it on, and it's still sitting on right now. In the middle of the night, I hear it pop too. But, we were on topic. It is the second hour. Laura said I can still whack it for shits and giggles. Yeah? Quentin says he's back like he never left. Oh, you left? Quentin had to poop. It's up there. Hold on. Y'all want to see it? It's up there, up there. Sorry. Come on. There's the moth. That's where it is now. Oh no, Quentin had a Uber Eats delivery. That's where he was. If I want to watch the big one hanging outside with the moth, yeah. It will haunt you in your sleep tonight. No, it will not. No. My jar is empty. I'm going to sleep good tonight. I'm going to sleep good tonight. My jar is empty. My bag of Swedish fish is empty. Russ and Malfra. Grumpus is careful, they get mean when you mess with them. Are you talking about me, the guy from Philly, or are you talking about the moth? Quentin. You know, I got Swedish fish in my teeth. I'm trying to clear it out. And then I'm going to address this comment from Quentin. What is your brother doing up there? Making a whole bunch of noise.
Upstairs.
Yeah, I heard him all the way down here. Quentin says, yep, went to our spot, World of Beer, alone, like always, like usual, because someone always turns me down. Bro, I don't always turn you down. I've been there. But the last time you hit me up was last Thursday, and I had something going on. See, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. For whatever reason, my kids keep me so damn busy that I don't just have the ability to just be like, hey, it's a random Thursday. I'm going to go and... Oh, the reason last Thursday I didn't get to go to World of Beer, and I told you on Wednesday, hey, I might have to go up to Delaware. So last Thursday, when the Eagles were playing, I had my wife's great niece and nephew, great niece, grand niece and nephew. I can't remember what we determined it was, but anyway, they were here. Her niece, grand niece is 6, and her nephew is 2. Excuse me. And at the point where I should have linked up with Quentin. I'm trying to get him to go to sleep, I'm like holding him on my chest, like, come on, man, yo, let's go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep, because on the way back from Delaware, he fell asleep in the car, and when we got home, he woke up. But when he got home, he was like, it was already like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and yo, you need to be asleep at this point. So I'm like, hey, hold up, come on, let's sit right here, and time for you to go to sleep. So I watched the Eagles play the Browns on my phone quietly on the couch. I wasn't going anywhere. You don't sleep with your mouth open. You might eat it. Nope, I do not sleep with my mouth open. Oh, God. Russ, can you smoke them off, and how long? Yeah, funny. Funny. Too funny. Too very funny. Man, oh man. All right, guys. Let's see. How's the Sunday job? I love it, man. I'm having an absolute ball. I have too much fun, yo. So this past weekend, so Sunday job, I work at a range, at a pew pew range. And in case you guys didn't know, I'm not an instructor or anything, but I am a range safety officer, or I'm trained as a range safety officer. But there are 3 areas in our range. There's the range itself, there's the rental portion, and then there's retail. Okay, so then we kind of have people who will fix things from time to time. But you come in to the retail side and you say, hey, I have this problem, or this thing is broken, and we can see if we can help you. So Sunday mornings, I work only on Sundays at my range. And usually the first 2 hours of the day, I go out and I'm on the range. It's just one of those things where I kind of, I'll say volunteer, but I am, I just go out and I RSO for the first 2 hours of the day. Typically, because that's, especially right now, because that's when it's not so damn hot inside our range, because they take in fresh air from outside and pipe it inside. It's hot in the range, and as the day goes on, especially during the summer, it is hot as hell in there. All right. No, not that one. I want to say I wish, but that is what is the name of that range? Gosh, just alcohol. Goodness gracious. The range in Owings Mills is not the range I work at. The range I work at is in Glen Burnie. Cindy's Hot Shots. Feel free to come through first thing on a Sunday morning. If you let me know you're coming, I will bring plenty for you to pop off. So no. Oh, the range in Owings Mills is called Gun Tree. Like a country club, but it's guns, so Gun Susie said, let the cat get the mouth. So the cat likes to be in the basement. So the cat is behind closed doors, and she likes to be in the basement. We've determined that the cat is a feral cat, and she doesn't like us as much as we like her, because she would always run and hide, except when she wanted something. Again, feral cat. Anyway, being out on range, there's the range side, there's the rental side, and then there's the retail side. So, range side, pretty self-explanatory. Stand out on the range, make sure people are pewing in a safe direction, make sure no one's doing anything stupid, other things like that. Hey, did you see in the refrigerator that foil pan? That is the corn cheesy thing with meat. I don't know if you've had that before or not. Well, so I took the fresh corn, cut it off the cobs, peppers, some onions, seasoned it, ground beef, and lots of cheese. Try it out. It's in the refrigerator in that pan. It's watery. It's more watery than I would like it to be. The corn released a lot of moisture, so yeah. But it's really good. It doesn't look good, but it tastes really good.
Okay. Is the trash out already?
Yes, it is. It's out already. Is that from the kitty litter?
Yeah.
That's just that little bit. What was there anything else anywhere else? All right, don't make me have to go down there. Susie's let the cat come off. Yeah. That's the name. Yep. Good thing, Susie. Mr. Richard, what's going on, man? Treat and I guess he didn't set the alarm back. Watery. Yes, it was watery. More moisture. Anyway, so range, self-explanatory. Rental. So we have rental firearms that you can take out onto the range, and as people are going out onto the range, helping get people on the range and get them rental pistols and things like that. Also, ammunition sales to go out on the range. Retail. So primarily, I work 2 hours in the morning on the range side, and then the rest of the day I spend on retail. This past weekend, we had someone who went out there immediately on the range side. So I was like, kind of disrupted the schedule because we kind of have a schedule, I used to go out there, but the whole thing is this, right? So there was a woman who, and gosh, Maryland. When you purchase a pistol in Maryland, you have to wait 7 days in order to pick it up. You purchase your pistol, you do your background check, or you do your Maryland paperwork, which is the background check, and then you have to wait 7 days. So the week before, the woman came in, she purchased her pistol. She was there first thing in the morning on Sunday. And I saw her, when I'm interacting with the folks that are outside in the line, because there's a line. So I'm interacting with the folks outside in the line. It's kind of just what I do. And I saw her, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's pickup day, yeah! Right, I'm giving her grief. And then one of the regulars, he's like, don't get her excited and tell her it's basically gonna be like Christmas in August if there's not a bow on her firearm. Hold that thought. So I go back inside and I'm like, yo, I talked to one of the owner's sons. I'm like, yo, I need you to do me a favor, print up a bow, like a bow, for this young lady who's picking up her pistol. And he's like, what? I'm like, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Just print me a bow that I can put on her pistol. So he prints me a bow, I tape it to the pistol, and this is the rapport I have with a lot of the folks that come to the range. Like, you guys know how I laugh and joke with you guys. So, yeah. So, yo, Grumpus said, I must have found a fertile woman. Wife hots for me unless she wants something. Yo, I'm not even touching that one. Anyway, so the guy prints out a ribbon for me, and I attach it to her pistol, to the case, and I go back to the door where everyone's waiting because it was a couple minutes before we open, and I hold it up, and I show it to her, and she busts out laughing. And then I turn towards the rest of everyone else, and I show the bow, and they bust out laughing. And it's just one of those things where that's just kind of what I do when I'm there on Sundays. I have an absolute ball when I'm there at the range, and I love going into the range. And I just, I have a very good time when I'm there. But it is work for sure. But it is fun. Like, it is still a job, but it's fun. Grumpus says, Laura, I give her treats to try to pet her. That's why she hides. Yep. Oh man, I miss seeing your cat. Oh no, not a crossbow, just like a bow. Like he said, you better put a ribbon on her pistol or whatever, because you're talking about how it's Christmas. So that's when like I said, I got them to print out a ribbon, you know, like one of those ribbon bows. So it worked out. You know, they got the joke and it was funny. Kent says hello, Dash, Laura, Grumpus. You gonna say hi to Russ? Who else is here? Who else is here right now? Still on. So we can. Clinton is here. So Mr. Richard, he's here. He's on the other side of the zip code. Actually, he's in a different zip code, but I'll say he's on the other side of the zip code. But who else is here so we can get Kent to say hi to you? Kent, how you doing, man? Hog says in this. Kent, say hi to Hog. Russ, so what you doing with the brass? We recycle the brass. But you know it's crazy. This, not this one. Yep, this. Oops, shoot. This is the brass that I find so far. Let's see. This is the brass. There's 99999 22, and I dropped a 9 or 2. Look, yo, there's that moth again. And I dropped a, oh my gosh, it's more than 2. Oh, there's the moth again. Alright, so this is a live round. But so there is this one here. I dropped the brass. Damn it, that's on the floor. I dropped the brass in it. Alright, I'm just gonna have to pick this up when I'm sober, because obviously I can't pick it up right now. But I find rounds in my pockets when I get home from the range. So I started collecting them and I put them into that cup there, that bowl. Actually, I think it's meant to be like for a pot because there's a hole in the bottom for a drain. But I put them in there. Recently, I went and took some metal to be recycled, and I took my spent brass, and I got a couple dollars for it. But for the most part, Russ, we recycle it. Can you do an extra on the side for training for money for you? Kinda, Laura. I can. I actually have. I seriously thought about getting my instructor's license, and one of the instructors that comes in, I asked him about it, and he was like, "Bruh, why haven't you gotten your instructor's license already?" And I'm like, "Cause I don't have time, really." He's like, "But you'd be perfect for it." He's like, "You can teach." He's like, "You can talk to people, and you can shoot. Why haven't you done it already?" And I'm like, "Cause I don't have the time." Like, I'm like, it's already a struggle me coming over here one day a week with, my wife and everything like that. He was like, yeah. He said, once people find out and they know, he's like, people want to hit you up all the time, all hours of the day, everything like that. Quentin says, I just drove past your zip code. Yeah. Kid says he's dying in 110 degree heat the last 3 days. I'll see you and I'll raise you, Marcus. He had like 40 or 50 days over 100 degrees in Texas. And then Marcus pass out. Look, we start talking about the heat and everybody starts talking about Marcus. Oh, Hog says, wait till you find the rounds not fired. Oh, I pick them up all the time. There's a couple of them here too. There's not, like, I can't get it right now. It's just shoot, man. Look, let me tell you, people drop rounds on the floor and live ammo on the floor, and I'm like, no, leave that there. Those are my tips. and Some people will laugh and half joke, and other people like, "Yo, you got it, homie. You got it. You got it. I'll leave it." Man, if I pulled out of my bag, my range bag, all of the different rounds and calibers that I have, you'd be like, "What?" Jimmy says, "I'm about to qualify the whole department next month. How much brass do you want?" Dave said he's still here. He's coming for you when you sleep. Keep one eye open and your mouth closed, or you will have a snack. Yeah, easy now. I don't get that load. I didn't get that loader yet. Christmas time, just thinking ahead. Yeah. Yo, Russ, I'm so dead serious when I tell people. I'm like, yo, those my tips. Yo, leave that on the floor. I'm like, I've been telling people all the time. Yo, it hit the floor. That's mine. Don't you pick that up. And then people be doing the most for one round. One round. I could see if it was a round of 300 blackout, but they be doing the most for one round of 9mm. Bro, if you don't leave that on that floor, if you don't leave that on the floor. Yo, let me pick that. Yo, let me get that one. I need to shoot too. But see, the whole thing is this, right? Oh, it's yay, nay. It might need a little salt, but I don't know. So when I made it, I felt like it needed more cheese, and I added more cheese. But then the moisture from the water, from the corn, because the corn was raw, came out, and it was like mixed it all in together, and it was like, man, it was pretty spot on. But it smells good. Can you bring it over here and I can show them? So I'm not even gonna lie, I did start a video on this. It was so I won't say I've talked about this before, where I've made, and man, the corn and the peppers and the onions, they smell great. Oh wait, look, I can do this. So what this was is we had some fresh corn. Thank you. We had some fresh corn in the refrigerator, and I didn't want the corn to go bad. So I cut the corn off of the cob and put it in a pan and put it out on Traeger to help let it cook. Took the griddle, put some ground beef on the griddle, cooked the ground beef, browned the ground beef, and then browned a red pepper, a orange pepper. I figured I didn't need the yellow pepper because there was yellow from the corn, and an onion. Sauteed all of those things on the griddle, collected all of that together, and then put all of that in with the corn, and I also put some cheese in with all of that. Mix it all together and let it sit, cook out on Traeger for a while, and man, talk about a street corn cheesy dip. Oh, okay. You still wanted something else? What is that? That is oodles and noodles.
I was gonna leave out the package, just cook the noodles and throw it right in there.
What? Okay. Alright. He's getting ready to mix oodles and noodles in with
Plus, it's a beef flavor, so I
Okay.
actually
I'm gonna see how it turns out. Dude, Iowa isn't supposed to be this damn hot. The humidity is worse than the temperature. Someone who lives in humidity, you're preaching to the choir, Kent. Sounds like North Houston. I feel sorry for you, Kent. Let's see. Look, everybody's like, welcome to where I live, and you have to deal with all the time. Jimmy says, welcome to South Carolina. But a few days where it felt like 35 degrees Celsius to 38 with humidity. Succotash. No, it's not succotash. I made a dirty rice tonight. Pissed. Why? You got suffering. Succotash. He used to go down to 10C on Sunday, down to 5C, 11 to sleep with cool weather. Yeah. What is he making? Gonna be? Oh, what he's making is gonna be banging. So he's making oodles and noodles, and he's gonna mix the oodles and noodles in with the corn and the vegetables. And yo, if you mix it all together, the oodles and noodles might actually absorb some of the extra moisture from the.
That's kind of not what I thought. But
That's not
I
what I
feel,
thought, but that's what he said. He said that's kind of what I thought.
No. I just kind of because it was like oily, and I was like, well, I
The
kinda
cheese.
It was like oily and cheesy.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm gonna put like a base in it, and I thought like rice.
Rice, yep.
And then I thought like pasta.
There might
and then I
be
was like,
some.
noodles.
There might be some rice in the refrigerator, some old Chinese food store rice, but
I'd rather noodles.
oh no, I do not disagree about the noodles versus the rice. The weather, yeah, Laura, it's okay. I can read that. Humidity is why I don't miss the South one bit. Quentin, you're still in the South. You know that, right? Quentin says y'all can keep that mess down there. Russ said banging. Scooters on noodles equal hot dog on penne floating. What? Is he making a jambalaya? No. So he has like oodles and noodles, and that thing I just showed you, which was, it's corn, corn, orange, red peppers, cheese, and when I say cheese, lots of cheese. There's some cheddar cheese and some Monterey and Kobe Jack cheese, and then it's a ground beef and some seasoning. I actually used some Uncle Steve's SPG as well as some crystal salt. When I say it was fantastic. It was fantastic. I ate it with some chips and dip, so it was kind of like a elevated street corn, if you will. Probably should have added some Parmesan to it, but it was good. It was so good. Thought she said scooters and noodles, oodles and noodles, gumbo plus jambalaya. Yeah, that's made the boom. He's adding the noodles. Yeah. My stomach bubbling. He said, "Lord of mercy." Yo, when I say it's a lot of cheese, it's a lot of cheese. Look, I went to Sam's, right? So I had to get some pellets, right? So I had to get the pellets, and then I went to Sam's, and Sam's has the pre-sliced Jones. So there's two I don't know if the packet is 2 pounds, maybe it's 2 pounds, but when I say it probably is 2 pounds now that I think about it. I took a pound of the cheddar and then a pound of the Monterey and Kobe Jack, put that into the pan with the corn, and then put that on the trigger while I was browning the meat and sauteing the peppers and onions. So browned the meat, got little juices from the meat, and then sauteed the peppers and the onions in that. Scooped everything up and carried it over to the Traeger, put it all in together, mixed everything all up together, and I was like, yo, this is not enough cheese. Not enough cheese. So then I came back inside and found some more cheese and added some cheese, mixed a little bit more in. And then I said, oh, nope, you know what? I need some cheese on top. So then I added more cheese on top, had some shredded cheddar, covered the whole thing tightly, let it sit out in Traeger for a while. When I came out, the moisture that was pooling up on that thing was crazy. I was like, whoa, boy. The corn gave off lots and lots of moisture. Jimmy said, Quentin, we've hired contractors to move some of him to Iowa, so it's not so bad here. Oh, man. It's like how the Baltimore Colts became the Indianapolis Colts. In the middle of the night, they just took them away. Russ said I did mean ramen noodles with grilled chicken, cubed small with a pack of cheddar, and a half cup of heavy cream. So that was the thing. You know what's crazy, Russ? When I originally started cooking it, I was like, oh man, you know, I came back inside and I was telling my wife, I was like, yo, I'm a little disappointed in how this is turning out so far. It seems like it's gonna be dry. I was like, man, I really could use some, and we didn't have any heavy cream. I was like, I really could use some heavy cream, mix it up, and then, you know, help make it cheesier, right? Help thin it out to help make it better. And I also told her, I said, oh man, we have some cream cheese in there. Maybe I'll go ahead and I'll get some cream cheese and mix that in with the whole deal. And that'll help make it, you know, thinner, cheesier. After that first 15-20 minutes, when that corn started to cook and everything started to come together, man, all them juices from the corn came out, all of the extra juices from the beef came out, and I was like, I definitely don't have to worry about it being dried out or stiff any longer. All them extra juices from the cheese came out, man, shoot. Laura says, stop it, eh? I'm sorry, I'm just telling you. Oh, so I started saying I did start filming a video, and I filmed the part where I cut the corn off of the cob, and then I was like, oh damn this, I can't. I don't know how to feel motivated to film the video. I don't, but I wasn't. Russ said it looked good as hell. Oh, it was. It didn't. So it didn't look good, but it tasted phenomenally. I've made it before, or in I'm saying instance, but I've made a rendition of it before. Yeah, it was so good. It was so good. Taste Tester number 3 took it for lunch for school, or took it to lunch for school a few days. Taste Tester number 1, he's different. He makes the oodles and noodles in the microwave. Russ, no, I haven't done the shorts yet. I just been, like I said, I've still been in vacation mode and haven't done what's necessary. My wife says what's needful to do shorts just yet. Like, I have a few videos that I want to pull some shorts out of. Excuse me, I want to pull some shorts out of, and I just haven't done it yet. But it's coming. It's in due time. One of the other things too is I've actually had to work, and yeah. What's wrong with the microwave? No, nothing's wrong with the microwave, but I make oodles and noodles on the stove with some boiling water. He makes oodles and noodles in the microwave with like a splash of water, and you know, he can't hear me, so it's okay. Yeah. Well, this is Jimmy. I'm sure some folks in Orlando would love to hire some of these motivated contractors as well. Just walk into the car and be sweating for no reason. I don't miss it, man, dude. Let me tell you, when I was down in Florida, it didn't make any sense. Leave the house and get into the car. By the time you walk the 30 feet from the door of the house to the car, I'd already be sweating. I know, Russ. He said, damn, those bastards making you work. I know, man. Actually having to work, you know, cutting into my YouTube production time. Yes, Russ. Agreed. I mean, no. They're not paying me a salary or anything. Oof, I blame Laura. Shots fired, Marlon. He said, so he made his noodles like he made his ribs. Pretty much, Marlon. Pretty much. Yo, they taking shots at you over here. Marlon said, so he made his noodles like he made his ribs. Hot and fast. That was his response.
I would have brought the pot to a boiler and would have cooked it like a minute or two.
Nah, bro. It's not faster than the microwave. No, he said he didn't want to warm up the kitchen. I get that, but I mean, you know, he be on some more other stuff when it comes to like culinary stuff. But I don't knock it because he be doing the most in the best way possible. Sometime, other times I'll be like, what the hell? What the hell? What is that? Pepper flakes? Tell me you work for Pizza Hut without telling me you work for Pizza Hut.
That's what
No, it's not even for Pizza Hut.
No, it is.
It is on Pizza Hut? I'll see, I was trying to.
Had already.
It's one we had already. What is that? Salt? You don't need that much salt?
For the noodle, I didn't put any of the seasoning.
Telling you, mix the concoction with the noodles and then see if you need salt still. Yeah, because you don't want to over salt it, make it too salty. He's debating whether he wants to add more salt or not. He's going to add a little bit of salt. Oh, so they said they want to see the final dish like chopped. I guess you can bring it over here and thank you. Yo, it looks fantastic actually. Though the noodles look kind of dry.
Just try it.
I'm going to try it. All right, so here's his noodles. Here you go. He mixed but I like my noodles a little softer.
I like mine. So I like that shoot.
All right, I'm gonna mix it all in with the pepper flakes. This worked out though. Like now, I wish I'd have put more meat in the. I think you need like another scoop or two of the.
I just think I don't think it needs any more like the cheese or anything. I just think it needs more like
meat.
Maybe more vegetables as well. But it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Look, I'm tearing it up. Look. Thank you. That's fantastic. That is definitely that's interesting. You can put boiling water in a bowl with noodles and then place over to let them soak. Yep. I said it's called al dente. Marlon said looks nice. Laura said looks good. It was good. Though, like I said, I would have honestly preferred, but I would have liked the noodles to be cooked a little longer. But I'm not gonna lie, I might eat that tomorrow. Well, no, I have food upstairs. I have a burger upstairs. We didn't get to see the plating skills though. It was in a bowl. It was sorry. Still working. What'd you say? Yeah, it definitely would be good with the rice. So there was the corn, cheesy corn beef dish. I don't know what to call it. There was a lot of moisture in there. I told you it was watery. So putting it in with the noodles absorbed a lot of that extra moisture. He said it would probably be pretty good over rice as well. The only problem I won't say I have or I see is my wife is one to be like, you can't have corn and rice. They're both starches. Um, that's not something I care about. Russ said over rice is my favorite. Mine too, man. Mine too. I love anything over rice. For real. You said butter, salt, and pepper over rice? Bam, I'm there. You know what I found out that I can't cook very well? Meatloaf. I don't cook meatloaf very well either because I don't like meatloaf. Therefore, I don't cook it very well. And, you know, it's funny. Meatloaf that I will eat has peppers and onions and all type of seasoning and other stuff in and or on it. And my wife was like, "That's not meatloaf." Yeah, it is. That's meatloaf. Like that's the meatloaf I'm cooking for. That's not meatloaf. Meatloaf is meat, and then like ketchup on top of it. And I'm like, that's not good. But she might season the meat. Might add a little breadcrumbs here and there on the egg or two. Nope, that don't work for me. I need some flavor. I need something inside of it. So the first time I smoked a meatloaf, or one of the first times I smoked a meatloaf, and I ate it, and I'm like, man, this is fantastic. This is great. And my wife said, you know why you like that? I'm like, what? Why? She said, because it's like a big burger. Yes, it is. She said, but that's not meatloaf. It's my meatloaf, and I love it. Rest of the time if you want to. You know what? If I ever want to ever have to eat. Oh, you know what? I never want ever to have to eat ever in life meatloaf. Russ said he hates meatloaf. Messing the meat up. Meatloaf with sweet and sour sauce. What? I see meatloaf in the cafeteria at work. I point and laugh at the way it looks and keep walking. Marlon said, I don't eat onions or peppers. Marlon, that explains so much. So much. Russ said I grew up on meatloaf. That's probably why. Nothing wrong with that. Look, I feel the same way. That's why I don't like leg quarters. No, yo, my mom used to buy leg quarters by the case. It was a 40-pound bag of leg quarters. Oh man, my mom used to call the house and say, "Hey, I'm coming in the in the back. I'm coming in the she's the driveway. She's like, I'm parking now, and I have a case of leg quarters. I need you to get them out the trunk of the car." Me being the oldest, I'd have to go down, pull these leg quarters out of the car, and we had a utility sink in the basement. And she used to get these leg quarters for like 29 cents a pound, something like that. It was ridiculous. For a 40-pound case. I had to get the leg quarters out of the trunk, bring them into the house, dump the leg quarters into the basin, the utility sink, right? And then take 2 or 3 leg quarters and put them into gallon bags. Now this is how long ago this was. They weren't even Ziploc bags. They were the gallon bags that you had to take the ties out of the box and like use the tie with the. I hated doing that. Cause since I do like Salisbury steak dough, which is basically meatloaf, but it's meatloaf with gravy. If I had to choose between Salisbury steak and meatloaf, I'd take meatloaf over Salisbury steak. I'm not a gravy fan. Laura suggests that I make sweet and sour sauce. I put it on maybe 30 minutes before it's done. She said, so good. Yeah, I can go a minute without eating big chicken because I grew up on it. Man, bruh. So them leg quarters, splitting them leg quarters or popping them leg quarters out of that case. So if there's one thing I could go without eating ever again in my life, leg quarters. That's I. The one who needs glasses for distance. You're holding up
cream cheese, no bake film.
for what?
I'm just gonna try and make it dessert.
Is it open?
No.
I think you need the whole thing for whatever it is that you're going to use it with. That's why it hasn't been used. Typically, that's a Cool Whip thing, or is that a Philadelphia cream cheese thing? So usually, whatever, like if you're making a cream cheese cheesecake, rather, you need that whole bit of that thing.
It says it's going to a 9-inch black cup.
Yeah.
I only wanted to use a little bit, but I genuinely.
You what?
I genuinely did.
No, I get that, but he says he genuinely wanted to use just a little bit of it. But when a recipe is going to call for that entire thing, did you get that for the pretzel thing? That's just Cool Whip, right?
Cool Whip and then cream cheese. This has been in the fridge for months.
It hasn't been months.
It's been a while.
It's trying to sell me.
It's been at least a month.
It has been in there for a little while, but let's find out what. Because I'm sure it was mommy who bought that for something. So I'm gonna say put that back into the refrigerator, please and thank you. Russ said, yo, I tried cream of wheat as an adult and was like, what was I thinking when I was a kid? So the key to cream of wheat is add some cinnamon, some sugar, and a little bit of cream. What? Yo, Quentin says, Dash, you showing your age with the ties in the box. Yo, I'm serious. Oh, Russ, yo, steakums. Let's not even talk about steakums. Sweet and sour sauce is for, egg rolls. What are you trying to do over there? You're just trying to make something. I swear, this dude, he gonna be a Michelin starred chef, cause yo, this dude be mixing up, like he be doing the most sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it just be the most. He gonna be a Michelin star chef. I'm gonna say it now. You can come back to this live stream in however many years. I swear. He can be like, yo, I took some cheesy corn bake with some street noodles, and what are you gonna call the cheesy corn bake thing with the street noodles? With the noodles, actually, with the ramen noodles. ¿Cómo se dice noodles in Espanol? Square pizza, not included. Better question is, what is the best meal you had in elementary school? Pretzels, dog. Pretzels. I take pretzels over anything in the cafeteria for the most part. Seriously. I don't remember the cafeteria meals aside from the pizza, but those I could have done without compared to pretzels. Pretzel day was something magical. We used to have pizza bagels too, but even still, I preferred pretzel day over pizza bagels. Russ obviously Taylor ham. I think we're gonna make some sausage gravy biscuits this weekend. Nice. Hog said a cordon bleu cook. Yeah, my wife really likes cordon bleu. Chicken cordon bleu. We do actually have some lunch meat ham in the refrigerator, in the freezer. I'm being nosy, trying to see what he's doing over there. Quint said it had to be the Brunswick stew for us with the peanut butter sandwich. Woo! I'm still trying to find that specific brand of peanut butter they use. It was called Government. Government. It just said no frills peanut butter. That's the brand of peanut butter they use. Shoot. Gummit. That was it. That was the brand. Russ said Friday pizza always had hot pretzels and we could buy a shake too. Only the pizza was. Hey, please put all of those seasonings and other things back. You shaking your head, yes, but I see some Uncle Steve shake that's sitting on the counter that wasn't put back. Did you use that? For no, just that was from like last night or the night before. What? Which ones is that? That's salt, SPG, and yeah, I don't know who used that, but White Plains box, the gummit. Yes, hog gummit. Russ said, clean up as you go on, son. He says he does. He does not always. Let me rephrase that. I think I'm going to make some sausage gravy biscuits with Red Lobster biscuits. Yo, man, them Cheddar Bay biscuits with some sausage gravy. Wow. Oh, what if you did like some dumplings where you kind of made your gravy and then you took a double spoon of the biscuit mix and put it in with your. Oh, man, that feels like it would be fantastic. Quentin said, "No, I eat the gummy peanut butter once a week. And trust me, that wasn't it." What are you looking for? What else are you looking for? Is that? Oh, that's the dessert shake.
Yeah.
All right. I smell the cinnamon, honestly enough, which is crazy. Red Lobster biscuits with sausage gravy. Mall, you might just had $1 million idea, dude. Now that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, go to the market. You get that packet with the with the Red Lobster mix biscuits. Bruh. We used to... What happened to hiccups? I don't know. Why do you have the creamer out?
So I was thinking about like using like the carrot as like a base,
Mm-hmm.
but I will cream cheese is like too thick to me to like be the consistency that I wanted. I kind of wanted like
Thinner.
thinner, not like yogurt,
Yeah.
but not all the way like it's thick and sense like a cheesecake. So somewhere in between the two. I was thinking about another layer that was sweet, that would have it warm a little bit more, as well as like vanilla layer. I was thinking about adding
What is vanilla and peanut butter?
as well. And then I would use that shake that I had. I was actually crushing up.
All right.
Either just throw all the way in or like layer.
I feel like he's on the episode of Chopped, and they just gave him coffee creamer as his mix. All right, guys. I don't know why or how I have the hiccups. I'm not a big fan of gravy, but if it was like, ooh, I made a beef bacon, gravy that would mimic like a sausage gravy. It was so damn good. Ooh, tomorrow's Thursday, which means the farmer's market is open. Mama said, email me how to do that. How to do what? Alton! What's up, man? I'm sorry. I am falling down. Goodness. It is. Whew. Past my bedtime. Russ, thank you Russ said, hey, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button for me. Gosh, why do I have the hiccup right now? Uno borracho. There we go. That's why. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get to bed, get to sleep rather. I will monitor seasons number one's cooking. So you guys remind me to ask about that next week. Good to see you regardless, bro. It's been a minute since we chopped it up. Looking good. Well, thank you, sir. I saw you doing your, was it brats or was it hot dogs? It was something you did recently, and I'm like, man, they look good. So we'll have to talk though, because excuse me, I wanted to tell you about we cruised on a different cruise line. We went on a Virgin Voyages cruise, and it was pretty damn fantastic. Still trying to figure out what he's doing. Is that a fork in with the peanut butter? Why not just use a knife? He's so damn lazy sometimes. All right. The dumplings. Oh, so basically get the mix, the Red Lobster mix. Make your sausage gravy however you're gonna make your sausage gravy. And but the last time I made some sausage gravy, I made it with beef bacon. And this is like, use double spoons to dollop some of those biscuits in with the sausage gravy, and kind of go from there. All right, I'm not going to subject you to hearing me hiccup forever and ever. So I'm going to go ahead and end this in a second. Beef back rib fingers. What is that? Alton, I sure will, man. Quentin says, all right, y'all, have a good night. Maul, and let me know how the biscuits turn out. Nice. We'll be on Jubilee for New Year's Eve. Oh, man. How about nice night, guys. Have a great rest of the week. Later, Dash. Jimmy, take great care. Be careful out there, yo. Out on the range. Definitely be careful. All right, guys. I am early onset hiccups. I'm going to sleep. So thank you very much for hanging out. Really appreciate you being here. If you have not already, please hit that thumbs up. We are one like away from 30. Oh, sorry. Please hit that thumbs up. Log out of your main account and into your secondary account and give me a thumbs up, please. Let's see if we can hit 35 thumbs up. So give me a thumbs up for the hiccups. Yeah. Anyway. All right, guys. Thanks again for hanging out. Definitely appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Shout out to the Rewatch gang. And I'm gone.